What's going on, guys? This is William here with another episode for you today. I have Bassil Hafez. He is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-jitsu. He is a professional MMA fighter. He just recently won the championship in the welterweight division for CFFC, Cage Fury Fighting Championship, on the UFC Fight Pass. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out if you have the UFC Fight Pass. This guy is awesome. He shared a ton of wisdom and knowledge on the show. I hope you enjoy it. This guy is great. I love martial artists that have that mindset of just wisdom, just spilling out their mouth. So you're gonna definitely learn something from here, hopefully. And I really hope you enjoy it. So without further ado, I bring to you Bassil Hafez. All right, I have here Bassil, right? Bassil Hafez. Bassil? Sorry. It's like
Bassil Hafez.
Bassil Hafez. All right, my fault. It's like you don't know what the accent is. Like you want to say Basil, or like some people will say Basil. Like
yeah, no, I get Basil a lot. Basil's like the constant. But I mean, it's gotten to the point where I understand. I don't get as pissed anymore, but I still tell him like, nah, it's Basil.
Yeah.
Basil.
My wife, her name is Andrina, but the way it's spelled, it looks like it says Andriana. So every time, it's like every fucking time she has to say Andrina, and they're like, Andriana? Like she'll say it, and they'll still like, they won't get it in there. Yeah. Andrina.
Cool,
yeah. It is a cool name.
I would think the same. I probably I mess it up. I'm pretty good at pronunciation when I see it.
Yeah, I'm not that good. I just ask you, and then I'll.
Yeah, I got it from the first impression when you first said it. I have my cousin trains with us at Balance, and he goes by Bassil.
Oh, yeah. your boy. I know who you're talking about.
My cousin,
yeah, because I saw him with the same name, and I was like, wait.
Yeah. But so we're both obviously we're cousins. So we're on my Syrian side, I'm Syrian and Egyptian, and he's 100% Syrian. So like in the cultural way to say it is Bassil. So my name in Arabic would be Bassil Hafez, but I say Bassil Hafez because people, when I say that, they're like, Bassil?
It sounds like I don't want to make fun of your name, but it sounds like a Puerto Rican treat. I don't know if you had this food. It's called pateles.
Pateles, no.
Yes, pastel. Pastel. It just sounds like, I don't know.
My boy Zed's been telling me about all this food, man. I go to Freddie and Tony's one time with him. They got
dude.
The mofongo is amazing, bro.
Mofongo, fucking acapuria. I can just go all over the place with the fucking food.
I don't know all the dishes 100%, but like, yo, I swear to God, some of the best food I've had.
Yeah, it's definitely hands down like my favorite appetizer out there is like, I'm Puerto Rican and everything, but I still love it regardless.
Yeah, this spot Freddie and Tony's that had like rotisserie chicken style, and they had all the sides, and they had like all the other different kind of dishes and everything. And it was he picked everything, so I don't know exactly. I know I definitely know the mofongo because that was like one of my favorite things that I had. But like, everything was amazing, bro. It was so good. Yeah.
Hereno de papa.
They knew exactly what to order.
Yeah. You gotta try hereno. I think it's hereno. I'm bad with Spanish. Hereno de papa. So it's basically a potato ball. Yeah, it's a potato ball with meat in the center, ground meat or whatever.
Ooh, that sounds good, man.
That's fucking good with the gravy that they put
in.
You
gotta text me. You gotta message me that after.
Yeah, you gotta.
Forget it at the end of the podcast.
Yeah. I'll probably bring you some, whenever I see you next time.
I'm down with that. Yeah. No, you said it's beef, right?
What's up?
You said it's beef, no pork.
Yeah, it's beef. I don't eat pork.
No pork. Oh, me too. All right,
I don't fuck with pork like that.
All right, cool.
Long story.
You don't fuck with pork. It's like...
Nah, I don't fuck with pork. I'm a fake Puerto Rican because Puerto Ricans love their penne. They call it.
Yeah, no, I know they love pork, roasted pork, pulled pork, all that. Yeah.
Yeah. My wife can't stand. She can't stand it because all I do is eat chicken, like chicken breast, chicken, wings. I'll eat steak. I don't mind steak, but I can't eat fucking pork chops or beni, whatever she wants. It's like, sorry, you can eat that shit.
I had a point in my life where I did eat pork, but it was a small point, and I just like stopped doing it. I was younger. I was a kid, but like, it's not for me.
Is it something because of your body, or is it like a?
So I mean, I grew up kind of religious, but not like really religious. So like, I grew up Muslim, but I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm a like I don't pray 5 times a day. Like, I do believe in, like, obviously, like the what you would say, the rules of the religion, like in terms of ethics and morals and things you shouldn't do. Like, I believe every person should be like that, regardless of having religion or not. But the thing is, I get it. Some people have religion, and I respect people that have belief. It takes something to have that. But like, for me, I mean, I don't know. I'm like a black and white type of person, and like, to be able to believe in religion, I feel like I have to have been moved or like had an epiphany or like seen something.
Yeah.
Other than that, to me, it's like I can't relate to it. So I'm not really religious, as you would say, but I grew up Muslim in a Muslim house.
So like you do what I do pretty much. Well, I'm kind of like I have the Bruce Lee mentality where he takes everything out of martial arts and applies it into his own thing, his own little. He fucks with his own shit, and that's what I do with my philosophy overall with looking at religion. Is I'll take from each religion whatever works for me in my life, practical. You know what I mean? Like, I forget the word for it, but
you do that with everything.
Yeah,
we do that with everything. Try to take a little bit from what you do, and some things take a lot of.
Yeah, and minus my comedy side. My comedy side is a little disrespectful, and I try not to reveal the comedy side.
There's comedy in religion.
It could be. Some people take that shit to the extreme. Comedy. Anything I feel like anything that has rules and principles and a group, cult, whatever, and is strict as shit, to me that's like a religion. So I don't know. There may be a lot of people like that with comedy, so to speak.
I see what you're saying. I mean, like, there's people that are strict about a lot of things. But I mean, religion, just like, to me, like, I get, like, there are people that are strict, but like, to a certain point, it's, as a person, you shouldn't be, like, obviously you don't push your beliefs, and you don't like forcefully try to like, you obviously have your beliefs because you believe in them. You don't need other people's gratification. You don't need other people to like agree with you to be able to reinforce your beliefs. You believe in that because otherwise then you don't really believe it. You're just kind of living as a lifestyle because that's what you think you should do,
Yeah.
And even then it's like, why are you doing it? Like, right. I believe in being religious, like 100%. Like, if someone has belief, like, it's awesome. And like, I respect that because that still means that if you have true belief, like, you're living a good lifestyle. You're living a healthy lifestyle. You're being a good person, good neighbor, a good person to society. Like, you're not stealing, robbing, shooting, slinging drugs. You're not doing like a lot of bad things. So ideally, someone who's religious is still being a good person. So I would still respect the whole idea of you choose to do that because of your belief. But to me, like, I don't know. I'm not religious. I don't fear. I don't even believe in afterlife. I believe we just sleep. I believe it's like, wait, ready? It's like,
go ahead.
When you go to sleep, right? You don't, like, when you're out, like, middle of whenever. So you go to sleep at like 9 or 10 at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. You're dead sleep. You're not like sitting there saying, hey, I'm in dead sleep right now, or I'm laying down. No, you just go to sleep and then you wake up, right? Maybe you wake up at points at night, but there's points of incoherence. Just like, you have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
To me, that's what happens when you die. It's the same. You just don't.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe I get buried, and so like my nutrients and everything and all the energy in my body that I've gained over my years, like, the worms and the microbes eat that, and it goes back to the earth that way. Or maybe I can get planted as a tree. I heard of that.
Yeah, there is a thing for that.
Pretty cool. Yeah. But like, I don't know. I don't believe, like, I believe everything is in your brain, man. Your brain controls everything. It's like, even the idea that we have a soul and that we're like existential. It's like, it's all in our brain. Like, there's people that are born differently and have color. They're colorblind, or they have hallucinations. Like, the slightest chemical imbalance in your brain, and everything is different for you. So I just believe it's like everything is up there, controlled. Yeah, right into the deep stuff right now.
No, dude, I'm there with you, man. I'm deep. I love that deep fucking thinking shit, man. That's why I didn't even know you were that way. And I always get like, I did this with Eddie Abasolo. He's a Muay Thai fighter. When he was like talking to me, I was like, yo, what the fuck? It blew my mind because I was like, more people like me that think deep. Huh? What's up?
Watermelons in the garage?
Yeah. Exactly. Like, do we just become best friends? Like, I don't want to say that, but because I don't want to sound like one of those fans, but it's just.
It's like, it's a lot of people have the same view. A lot of people don't talk about it. There's no, like, it's not just something you just come out about,
Yeah, man. That's the shit that I want, though. I want to talk to more people like that just like, let's have a talk about that, man. Because for me, it's like, I'm an open-minded person to different perspectives. Like, you just, just wrapped all that shit, and it's like, yeah, that's something. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I agree with what he's saying.
Everything you're saying is like, it relates in a way where I listen to neuroscience. There's a lot of people I follow that talk about neuroscience and consciousness.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know Sam Harris. I've been practicing mindfulness meditation, and all he does is talk about mindfulness meditation. And
So to be honest, I don't meditate that much.
I'm sorry?
I don't meditate that much. I meditate going into fights. I meditate like during fight camp, like at certain points, but like normally throughout the year, I don't meditate as much.
So how do you meditate throughout your fights? I'm sorry?
What do I consider meditation?
Yeah, everyone has a different form of it. That's why I'm just.
Like, I mean, like to me, it's like being able to like just not focus on anything other than that. Just like pitch black. You're maybe like a form of it is like you could be laying down, half asleep, and just thinking about one thing. Thinking about picturing it, having it happen in your mind. Like picturing like when I'm, for a fight, I've gained this ability to be able to get myself into that point in the cage and get my heartbeat racing and everything up, like I'm in the cage, imagining I am right there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the whole thing about the smell of the leather. I hear people do that. I'm like, I don't know. I can't imitate sense of the smell. I'm like, I can get that because I can like feel a little bit like when I'm sitting there, like trying to like meditate. That's my version of meditation, and I do it to help me get ready for the fight as well, like to make sure that when I go there, it's not like, and that's not gonna be a situation it's too big for me to handle. And I've shown that in my fights recently that I've been a lot more calm and understanding. I mean, like, my last fight hit a triangle off my back, and I think that takes some focus and ability to be able to do that. So I feel like the meditation is a huge aspect of fighters that underlook it, that completely underlook or overlook it, I guess you would say.
Yeah,
like, they don't pay attention to like how it can really help, and like they overlook it. Then it's like they focus too much on it. You never want to like meditate like every single day and picture yourself in the fight like way too much, but doing it from time to time, I feel like helps you exercise that so that when you go through it, it's like, I know I pictured this, I'm here. It looks the exact same as I thought it would.
Yeah. I heard of that. I forget what they call it, but visual something, visual meditation, where you just visualize the fight. And that's awesome that you do that, man. Because when I meditate, I'm like, yo, it'd be amazing if these I don't know, I like perspective, but I'm like, it'd be amazing to see MMA fighters, to meditate and prepare their fight that way. So that's awesome that you're doing that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know. Dude, I only know so much about certain fighters.
I think a lot of guys do it. They just don't talk about it.
They don't want to talk.
Yeah. I definitely, because I've heard it I got it as advice, from people that are around me, like good fighters, guys that are experienced, guys that even good trainers that are around other people. Like I've been, and it's like I kind of like on my own, kind of like I've heard it. I grew into like probably the last like 3 or 4 fights. I was able to do it more and get more comfortable, and I feel like I've gotten more like calm in the cage and more like in control of the situation. And I feel like it just happens to coexist with me doing more visual meditation. Sorry.
No, you're good, man.
Visual meditation and like laying down and like, focusing really on the subject and like doing it multiple times throughout the camp.
Yeah.
Definitely
so that's fucking amazing, man. I don't know. It just makes
you like, sorry. I mean, going in the cage is like right before I go in the fight, like stepping in that cage and like feeling it like that day of the fight. Like, all right, so I imagine everything and I go in the cage and now I feel it and like everything is accurate. It just kind of like reaffirms it in a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Getting a workout earlier that morning, like to blow your lungs out. Like all these things, like people like give me advice and I've done it a little bit and I feel like, as a fighter, I'm still growing. But I'm not saying I know the perfect formula, but these things have worked for me.
Yeah. Like, whatever works for you, man. Like I say this often on my podcast, is that you got to be your own scientist, man. You got to like, oh, that scientist is doing that. What are you doing? How do you get that? How do you make? Did it blow up? Oh, okay. All right. Let me see what I got to do. Let me mix that in, blah blah, and then you come up with your own formula, like you said.
Right.
And that's how I look at life, man. I take whatever I could take.
You do that in every single field. You do that with podcasts. When you first started your first podcast, it wasn't the same way you do a podcast.
Hell no.
No, it's so much more efficient. And even like 100 podcasts from now, you're gonna be 10 times better than what you were now. Just because, even if you're already doing a good job now, it doesn't matter. It's your experience and your knowledge, understanding how to plan and execute gets a lot better if you're passionate about it.
Exactly. Yeah, I totally, humbly, super agree with you. Everything you just said there, because it took me a while to figure that out, like to start this podcast, and I was always like, I shouldn't do it because who the fuck am I? I'm not that I'm a nobody. I'm a father, husband, blah, blah, blah. But I felt like because I'm not like, not to bring up Joe Rogan or the big guys, but I'm not like them. Who the fuck's gonna listen to me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I stop myself. But then I realize, fuck it. Just do it. Just go with it. See what happens. Explore. Learn. Now I have this thing called Learn, Act, Grow, where I just act. I'm learning from it, and then I grow from it, or I learn, act, and grow. You know what I mean? It's different orders, but I just come up with my own philosophy
you gotta do to make it work, man.
Yeah.
You gotta create your own affirmations. You gotta create your own things that make you be like push through and understand. Like, I gotta get this done. You know,
exactly.
Something you enjoy. That's it. You enjoy it and you're passionate about it. Like,
yeah,
that's all you need to be. No one's gonna be perfect. No one's gonna be the exact same as the other guy before them. You know. You enjoy it. You know. That's it. And then you're gonna have your own style.
Right.
Same thing with fighting. Same thing with
fighting.
It's the same thing, and everybody has a field. Everybody has something that they do. You know, like their specialty is like, you know, singer, martial artist. You know, someone in commentating, someone as does podcasts, like does interviews. Like you have to find your niche and be able to, like, you know, be confident doing it. People see that confidence and people like gravitate towards that. Like that's the one thing that people don't understand. Like you may think you suck, but that's in your head. You're creating that.
Exactly.
No one else is creating that. No one's just walking by. Do you walk by and just think of people that dude sucks? No, not normally, right? No. Someone negative, yeah, probably. But, you know,
no, I know what you mean. I only say people suck when they fuck with me. That's all. But then I use that energy, that negative energy, whenever someone makes me feel uncomfortable, makes me.
That's talking shit.
What's up?
Talking a little shit. You can talk a little shit. Everyone talking a little shit.
Man. Oh yeah, it's fine. It's human. Yeah, we talk shit. Yeah, I was gonna say though, I use that talking shit instead of like getting mad and throwing that energy at the person and keyboard warrior nonsense. What I do is I say, oh, okay, I'll troll you a little bit and then I'll leave you alone while you're getting mad and shit with your keyboard warrior skills, and I'll just take my skills to the comedy. I'll apply that negative energy to comedy. That's what that's what I'm trying to do. I'm learning to harness that fucking, you know, like, you know, that anger or whatever and put it there so I can laugh at it. And you know, that's why I have a joker. What's up? Oh yes, for sure. Getting choked out or whatever. It doesn't matter. Getting humbled.
Going to choke people out. Going to catch
either way, yeah.
Not just getting submitted that day. You catch submissions, you know?
Yeah.
Those are days too. Power in those days. For
sure, man. Or when I'm super fucking tired.
Everyone has them. Everyone has. It's like a flow. It just flows like a, you know, ebony and ivory. You have good days, you have bad days. Like I have good days, I have bad days. I'm black belt. I have days where Rick whoops my ass and controls me, and I have days where I'm like, yo, I'm moving, I'm on point, I got a takedown, I'm passing, I'm submitting. Yeah. Everybody has those days. You got to just keep working, keep getting better. Same thing with comedy. You're gonna have ebbs and flows, and you're gonna kill it, man. Yeah, just gotta keep on doing it.
For sure, man. And I ain't stopping. Like I'm at this point in my life where I'm like, nope. Not stopping, because it was like you get in your own fucking way, like you just said earlier, and I totally agree with you. You create the own shit in your head, man. Like as soon as it comes up, that thought. This is what mindfulness meditation taught me. As soon as the thought comes up, you get distracted by that thought. So if anything you create for yourself, so to speak, anxiety, fear, whatever, and you focus on that, and that's all you're gonna do is just, you know, have that fear and anxiety, unless you find some way to you know, relax and go with the flow and be with that anxiety or be with that anger and learn how to deal with it properly rather than trying to push it away. Exactly. That's not how it works, how we work. I mean, I wanted to ask you about your fighting. You just fought recently. Congrats, by the way, champ, welterweight champ, right? Welterweight
champ, CFFC.
CFFC, right? What is that? I wrote it down. I forgot. Cage Fury Fighting Championship. That's what it was.
Sure.
How was it, man? Like, it's just, I don't know how it's like unbottling something so fucking awesome that I'm pretty sure that day for you was like amazing. Especially going against someone who was 9-0, I believe.
8-0.
8-0?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember. I don't know if you remember his name. I don't want to put you on the spot. I forget his fucking name.
I remember his name.
Oh, what's his name?
Christien Savoie. No, Christien Savoie.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
I called him Savoie a few times. And I'm not. No, it's French Canadian, so he's from Canada.
Yeah.
So that's the way they pronounce how we would pronounce it. Us would be Savoie, but to them Savoie.
Yeah, I've read your. I've read half of your interview that you did. I forget what that article was from, but I don't know if you want to mention that. But you shared it on your page, your Instagram page, and I didn't want to read it because I don't like
MMA prospects. Yeah,
MMA prospects. Yeah, shout out to them. I didn't read it because I like to come at you like just my own questions so that I'm not, oh, I know the answer already. Let me ask you the question, even though I already know. Like, I don't like that personally. So I forgot to write his fucking name down. Anyway,
You're good.
the dude.
Let's keep it rolling.
No, you good, man. It was his debut to fight in the USA in the US or whatever, and you showed up, man. I was like, so real fast. My wife went upstairs to shower, and then my daughter was kind of being like a little pain in the ass. And I was like, fuck, the fight's on, and you're already the started. I was like, no, I don't want to. Like, I was like glued to the seat because I wanted to watch you.
Yeah.
And I got to watch you, but my poor wife was dealing with my daughter. But anyway, yeah, man, you stepped up and you fucking took care of business. Like, how was it from the beginning of? I want to take you back to your pre-fight experience. You talked about how you meditate and you do all that. Like,
yeah.
What was it like getting ready for this fight? How many weeks it was, and I don't know if you could share whatever you could share with me in regards to that.
It was definitely a cool experience, man. It was awesome winning the belt. It was awesome becoming a champion. Like, it's something I wanted to do for a long time. Like, I've been wanting to become CFFC welterweight champ for as long as I've been fighting for CFFC. So, it's culmination to like everything that I went through. That MMA prospects, wrote that article, helped me out with getting the story out a little more. I had a horrible time before getting ready for that fight, and the fight before that. Back in 2019, I had dealt with a car accident where, I flipped a pickup truck like 1.5 times on the highway, ended up having internal bleeding. I was in ICU for like a week and a half. And then I got out of that and I tore my knee tore my knee twice and then had issues and had to get third surgery, come back. So that was like a process. And it was like I had to see a bunch of different doctors to get the final surgery. So it was like maybe about close to 10 months of me having issues in my knee locking and not be able to walk and just having no other issue other than that. Like healthy, feel good, ready to fight. And my knees I can't like make it through physical therapy. Like, yeah. So it was a frustrating time. It was definitely about a year, a little over a year process with all that happening. So it happened pretty fast, happened all in a year. And coming back, I was able to get ready for that February fight that I fought recently for Art of War as the main event for the second day. And it was awesome. Worked out great. I was able to show off my striking, show off, my toughness and pull out a good win, an easy win over an opponent. And, it felt good. And now I'm just happy that I got the championship belt for CFFC. It's just building up for me. So like, my goal is to keep on trying to fight again or hopefully get a call from the UFC. It's, my time now to be able to get to that point in my career.
Right. What was that like, if you don't mind going back to that experience of the 10 months that you dealt with that, like the mindset change and, this is it's a challenge right here where you're really dealing with something serious, from the moment you got to that car accident to when you were in the hospital and they give you the news about all this shit.
Yeah.
I want to say I'm sorry that it happened, but I don't know how to say this without sounding like it sounds bad, but it's kind of like a valuable lesson for you to get from it, like something from there that you can get a value that you take from it, something you learn from it. Is there anything?
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things you can learn from horrible things that happen in life.
Yeah.
Man. Honestly, like it helps the mental toughness. It's a large part of it. A lot of guys, a lot of fighters, especially like, I don't know what it is. Like a lot of fighters, just obviously we all kind of come from not obviously, but like most times fighters come from a different point where like fighting is, the main thing that they're good at. It's all they devote their time to. So to get injuries is like things happen, The fighters experience car accidents, experience issues, injuries, all this shit. Like, so it's just ironic that I happened to, experience all this stuff and like it sucked. It really was horrible. And like, honestly, when I was in there, I couldn't see the light at the tunnel. I was just stuck in that mindset of like, this is what I'm dealing with right now. How can I get better every day? How can I try and improve? How can I shadow box? Can I do this? Can I do that? Can I lift weights? Can I do upper body stuff? Like, I found my way to get through and get healthy. It took a lot of time and, I was able to make it through, but there's so much you gain mentally from that. There's so much you gain like in terms of experience. It's just something, it sucks. Like other than that, there's really nothing else that you could turn positive out of it. You're just on the shelf, just chilling, just not able to do anything, not able to compete, not able to go to training.
Right. Did you have
not a positive time in life.
right? Did you have any? Excuse my way of saying it. This is the way I do it. But did you have any inner bitch moments, or that's the way Joe Rogan says? But like you inside, you want to give up and shit. Like inside, you're feeling weak and negative. Did you ever go through that at all? Like where?
I mean, I don't think at any point that I wanted to give up, but I was like very stressed out and very negative about the whole situation. Like I wasn't positive and in the mindset of like, yeah, I'm gonna get back. Like I would think like it took a while for the process to like everything happened and then just like the next thing would happen and the next thing would happen. So as soon as I would build confidence, like, all right, I know I got the plan, I know what I can do to get back. So I'm done with injuries. Like the next thing would happen. And then it'd be the next thing. And it's like it just kept on like shutting me down. But at the same time, it's like, you know, this is my life. This is everything. Like I had to get a job. I had to get a full-time job when I was injured. Like something that wasn't gonna, you know, I was still gonna be able to do with a hurt knee and messed up knee. But like it was a little over a year of me having to deal with that, you know, little cycle of building up and then tear down, building up, tear down. It's like it sucked, but I'm happy I'm at where I'm at now, man. I just kept on finding a way to push through. Like you're always gonna be negative and say like I was negative and like, you know, in the mindset of like I can't see myself getting to this point. Like I can't picture it, you know. I couldn't meditate and picture that, you know. I couldn't like, you know, do it in the gym and then like and go train and do something and make it feel like, oh yeah, I'm confident in what I'm doing. So it was a lot of me just being in limbo of like, yo, I still can't, you know, do anything I want to do. I'm not a doctor, so unless I get a surgery, I won't know if this helps. But I feel like, you know, I know what I need to get done to resolve the situation. So getting the surgery, that third surgery, helped. And, you know, it was obviously throughout that cycle, me getting excited, knowing the plan, and then next injury happening or something, you know, roadblock. So, you know, finally being able to keep on just persevering. You know, sorry, my cat and my dog just snapped on each other. I'm like watching it as I'm like talking. I'm like, it's very funny.
Bro, watch that. You would start shadowboxing with your cat, man.
Yo.
You got two cats.
Yeah, I got a Pitbull. She's awesome.
Oh, Pitbull.
They get along, but it's the first time I've seen them like snap each other.
Like that. Dad's busy. Let's go at it.
Yeah, they figure it out like siblings.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, it was definitely a horrible time, man. Like it took a lot of mental toughness to be able to, you know, focus on getting through all that, believing in myself. Like obviously I was negative. Like, you know, anyone would be negative in that situation, and you just find a way to keep, you know, focusing on what the goal is. I just kept focusing on what the goal was. I kept focusing on what I wanted to be. If I wanted to be a Pro MMA fighter, I wanted to be a UFC fighter, I wanted to be a world champion. So like, you know, I just keep on telling myself these things. I have good people around me too that help and support me. So like I have Ricardo McLaurice who kept on believing in me. My coach Andy Russell kept believing in me. I had training partners, guys at Balance, all the guys I trained with that kept believing in me. You know, it's just been a lot of me just trying to, you know, build off the people around me and be able to continue to make it through. It was good, man. I'm happy that I was able to make it through the final surgery, all that car accident, all the issues I had, keep pushing through, find a way to get healthy again and be where I'm at now.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. I'm glad that you were able to, you know, get past that that's a big ass mountain to climb, you know, like with emotions, everything. And I remember I saw that and I was like, fuck, you know, when you posted the news, and cause I was like, when I first followed you, cause I was trying to find MMA fighters locally so I can, you know, get to know them, blah, blah, support them and all that. And once I saw you were supposed to, if I'm not mistaken, you were supposed to go to what do you call it? You're slapping. Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Combat jiu-jitsu. Yeah, you're supposed to go to combat jiu-jitsu, and I was so bummed for you, man. I was like, fuck, because I saw you preparing with Animal and everything. Like,
I was so excited for that.
Yeah, I was excited for you. I didn't even feel good about it. Yeah, I'm just saying, I barely knew you, and I was excited for you. I was like, look at this fucking dude. He's like actually doing a slap shit that I want to see.
Yeah,
because that's just
that's crazy. Shit out of each other, man. We were like MMA fighting basically with palms.
Yeah,
I was confident in it, man, and I was excited for, you know, competing in it. And the guy who I thought would win if I wasn't in there ended up winning. That guy John Thor Blank. Yeah. He's tough, man. He's real good. I ended up rolling with him when I went up to Bethlehem before he was actually. I was a backup and he was a backup, I think, and then I got in. Right. And then he was still a backup for someone, and they pulled out with injury. I remember when I talked to him, when I went over to Bethlehem, I trained with him, J.M. Holland, all those guys over there. and ended up, you know, he's tough. We had a good match. We had good matches, competitive matches. I felt good, like combat jiu-jitsu wise, like going in, like, all right, I just roll with this guy who's a beast. Like I was like, I know who the guys are in the tournament. And then I ended up having the car accident. And then like, I think it was like around the next week he ended up getting in. Right. Probably I think a few other people pulled out, not just me. So like, it wasn't like I got out, he got in. Like a few people pulled in and out and had injuries. So, and I like, you know, I felt him, I rolled with him, and I was like, yo, this guy is gonna win. I told people around me, I didn't like go and like, you know, tweet it.
Oh no, yeah, I know you mean, yeah.
But like I told, like there's a few people around me that are like, yeah, I remember you saying that, and I'm like, dude, he literally cleaned house. He submitted every single person, finished every single person in first place.
And it's funny because I think I followed him right after that.
Yeah, because so it was like. It sucked. It was a good opportunity. I felt like really confident going in with my MMA background experience, my top game, my top control, like my toughness to be able to go in there and fucking, you know, not get submitted and be able to land ground and pound. And I feel like I felt really confident going into that. And then that car accident happened. It was a huge setback. I was about to not pull out too because I'm in the ICU like after like internal bleeding. I can't move. I'm like debilitated. I'm like, fuck. I gotta get a procedure to make sure I don't have an aneurysm. It's like a whole thing. I'm like, can I? I'm still gonna compete, right? It's like
that was the same shit, man.
No, it's like it's 2 weeks away. It's like 2.5 weeks away.
They're yeah.
No, they're like, yeah, we're not cornering you if you go. I'm like, all right.
Nah, you're trying to be a meathead. That's I'll do the same shit. Stubborn as fuck.
Dude,
like,
I mean, I don't want to be a meathead, but it's
no,
like,
I'm joking.
That I was so like,
I
was dreaming of this moment, and perfect weight class at 185. I was like, you know, I don't have to cut much weight. I can focus on building strength. I was crazy in shape going in. I was the best shape I've ever been in my life.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Are you still
leading up to my last fight? I felt pretty good in my last fight.
For sure.
Yeah.
Are you still? I know you're focused on MMA, but are you still interested in doing that on the side if you ever get a chance? 100%. Combat jiu-jitsu. Looking forward to the slaps and shit. I don't know. It's just funny.
I'm open to all jiu-jitsu. I mean, I did fight
all of it.
I did fight to win on 3 days' notice. They hit me up like when I was supposed to fight October 29th for CFFC before the title fight.
Recently, right?
Yeah, recently. It was at 2300 Arena. My last two, the fight to win and the fight were at 2300 Arena. My hometown spot. So it's like going to going to my home stadium for another sport, like going to Lincoln Financial.
There's something I read in that article. I was like, wait, you're from Pennsylvania or you're from Philly? Like, where are you? Where are you from exactly?
So I was born in Philadelphia, and then I moved out to Chester for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Like Toby Farms area.
Yeah.
So it's not like in Philly and Chester, and then I was, I guess, like where Brookhaven, Toby Farms area, like kind of like meets. I don't know the exact. I think it was like Toby Farms area code.
Right.
And I lived there for like a few years, and then my parents moved to. So it's a whole process, like how we got to. My parents came to America when they were like in their late 20s, and my mother was working as a Arabic English literature professor at Villanova University. So she was professor there. My father came over here with a mechanical engineering degree from Egypt. They met and had kids, started having kids around like their early 30s. So they had me, they had my brother. I have an older brother as well. And, you know, my dad was like, didn't want to go back into the like mechanical engineering field. Like he wanted to like do something entrepreneurial, I guess, you know. So like typical immigrant thing. I don't know if you know all about it, but like they come here, they open up a restaurant.
Okay.
Immigrants come over here with like degrees and like experience and like this and that, and then they come over and open up a restaurant, pizza shop. Some kind of, like a known thing.
Yeah. So wait.
Every
I'm curious now. Like, what is it? They do the engineering or or whatever they do as a profession. They're like, fuck that. Like, I'm just gonna open a fucking restaurant.
I mean, part of it is like when you come to America, it's different. Like, if you don't grow up, it's like if you don't grow up in the system here, it's like you have to usually get like recertified or like go do class, go do certain things. It's like you don't have a leg up. Over here, it's very political in terms of getting jobs and getting like good. So like, my mom was the Arabic English literature professor at Villanova. I don't know how she got that. She was smart. She was so smart. But I'm saying, like, just being an immigrant coming over here, you know, obviously, like, there's not many people at that time that spoke Arabic and that had the degrees and masters that she had from overseas. So, like, it's pretty cool that she was able to do that. When she got pregnant with me and my brother first, She left that. My father was like, that's because when they met, she left that, and my father like was like, listen, you focus on being a parent. I'm gonna open up a pizza shop.
Right.
Open up pizza shops. I've been in the pizza business like my whole life. When I was born into it, born in pizza shops. So they had a pizza shop in Chester called Sam's Pizza, and it was good. They did pretty good there. Obviously, it's like it wasn't a good area at all, but like they're busy. Like hood spots. So they get somewhat busy. My dad got held up like a handful of times.
Fuck.
And he was like, and a couple times we were like in the building, like they had a little like not playroom, but like they had a spot, like because they wouldn't have us a babysit, they would have us like downstairs pizza shop somewhere in another room. So like we had like little play set, like little cars, whatever. You just chilling in the other room. Yeah. Shop. So like there was a couple times when we were there and they got like someone came in with a gun and like my dad was able to like he had a gun too, so a lot of times he was able to get out of the situation to like get the guy to get spooked and then run away.
Oh.
They got to the point where it was like, yeah, it's like my parents were very like, all right, they don't want to live here, like we're not trying to be around this kind of
fucking no, yeah,
crime and stuff. So like they ended up selling the pizza business to like a guy who bought it. I don't know if he kept it a pizza business or did something else with it, but like they sold the business and we moved to an apartment in Broomall, and then I lived in Broomall for the majority of my life because we had an apartment there. My dad opened up, he bought like a meat deli. Well, he didn't buy the brick, but like he bought the business. It was like an old meat deli. He bought it for cheap, turned it into a pizza shop, built the whole thing out. Like got the pizza ovens in there, built the ventilation, like did all the like. He was good. Like he was like mechanical engineer from Egypt, University of Cairo. So he was really good with his hands, like mechanical work, like building stuff, like actually creating. Like literally, he fitted the whole pizza shop for the most part himself with some helpers.
Right.
And so we had Broomall Pizza at that time. He opened up. And it was like a really good spot. Like they fucking killed it, man. They had really good recipes, good quality food, and like there weren't that many pizza shops at the time that did it the way they did it, the hand tossed way, and like they killed it, man. They did well. We ended up moving to they ended up buying a house in Broomall in that area, and so I lived in Broomall most of my life from like I would say age like 7 or 8 to like probably around 17, 18. Yeah.
When did
and then I moved back to Philly around 17, 18. And I've been in Philly for about 13. Well, I'm 28 now, so about 10 years, 10, 11 years.
Cool, man. When did you start martial arts and what got you into martial arts?
So I did a lot of sports as a kid. Like, I mean, every kid does a lot of sports, but I played like whatever sport was available most times. And I got in trouble at school, so I had to do a lot of transfer. Like, I got kicked out of the school. At school, I did like, whatever, just doing stupid shit. And
bad influence, or you just?
No, I had such bad ADD, ADHD as a kid. So like, I would never pay attention in class. Like, I literally would just like flunk out of every class out of just not doing schoolwork. I would like write notes. I would do whatever. I would like not do well on the test, and I would not do any homework. I would like not pay attention to any of the curriculum.
Right.
So it was bad. Yeah. So I never would like did well in school. I think the best I ever scored was like in like art class, like graphic design. Like there's extra courses or extra classes that you would do.
Yeah. You never were a school person growing up?
It's not that I don't. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wasn't a school person.
I don't consider myself one.
I wasn't into the whole like the curriculum I was learning for the most part. And I got in trouble a lot, so like, and I would get transferred out of school, so I wouldn't be doing well. So, like grade wise, like I got kicked out of elementary school, middle school, and high school, and all mainly out of it just them being like, "Yo, listen, you're failing. You're not doing your work. You're not like applying yourself at all. Like, you gotta go somewhere else."
Damn, dude.
Otherwise, they're like, otherwise we're gonna hold you back. I'm like, I'm not getting held back.
Is your parents, how they deal with that shit, man?
Yeah, dude, they whoop my ass so much. Yeah, I got my ass a lot as a kid.
Because I don't know how the different cultures, like Puerto Ricans, I don't know if it's a completely Puerto Rican thing, but I know for sure I got my ass whooped so many goddamn times, and I wasn't even a bad kid in school. It was just more of me.
I was a bad kid, yeah.
Yeah.
So I grew up in a Middle Eastern household, like, and also being a bad kid. Middle Easterns beat the shit out of their kids, man. Especially old school. That's like, what would be considered child abuse in American culture?
Child abuse? Well, it depends on the culture. Like different people have different.
I'm talking like getting hit with like sticks, belts, whatever is there. Like
that's Yeah, that's my level. Getting hit with anything that's nearby. That's the level I'm at. Or getting punched.
I'm talking like every room has a stick.
Oh shit!
This is the stick for this room. There's a stick in every spot. That's like it's like you get levels to it.
Yeah. So you like look for the smallest stick in the room. Like, all right, we're in the living room.
Bro,
we good.
The TV wire, like the cable wire.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Stop that shit. That shit's painful.
Nah. Yeah.
TV wire. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Wait.
Now you got different TV wires. Yeah.
The ones that like it looks like an outlet wire. It plugs into the TV like through the back.
Yeah. It's a little extension cord. Right. Yeah. That shit. Fuck that.
Basically extension cord.
Gave me a bad memory, dude.
That shit hurts. I'm naming all the tools in the arsenal. Yeah. I grew up in that kind of household, so yeah, I got just like you got our asses beat.
Yeah, I think the most random thing I got hit with is between a big ass D battery. Don't ask me why I got hit with it.
What, like they threw it at you?
Yeah, my mom. Man. I think my mom threw it at me. She was so pissed and she flung it at me and hit me in my fucking head, and an ashtray. So ashtray and a battery. That's the most random shit.
That's like a discus, yeah. You're just fucking doing the whole thing.
Yeah. The ashtray didn't do much, it missed, but the D battery, I remember that shit hit me and knocked me right in the fucking head. I still remember that.
Dude, that's
Yeah, it was brutal back then, man. Some tough times, as they say.
That was different times. You had less worries, but more ass beatings.
Yeah.
It's like a different trade-off.
That was the biggest fear was being at home, man. It was like it wasn't even in my neighborhood. My neighborhood was bad. People got shot.
I'd rather be outside the house right now. Well, I'm gonna do something wrong. I'm gonna ass beat.
Yeah, I had so many bad things happen to me outside that I was like, I would rather be out here dealing with this than getting my ass whipped in from my mom's house. Like,
that's funny as shit.
Yeah, dude, I got knocked off.
I'm on the same page as you with that.
Yeah. It's just crazy how you're raised that way and you build some type of fortitude from that. You get that, like you said earlier, the collapsing your mind, so to speak. Whatever word you want to choose is we build that.
Resilience and mental toughness, two things that like they're in a lot of fighters because you have to have them to be able to be a successful fighter. I'm not just saying somebody who is gifted athletically and just finds a way to make it work. Like you see guys who go in wars, guys who have ability to push through tough times, and like I know a lot of guys, other fighters that I know in my personal life and the guys that I train with that have experienced things and they find a way to make it through. I'm not alone in this situation. Like guys experience shit. What I've experienced is horrible and it sucks ass. But like I have a friend right now who is doesn't have feeling in his legs. He doesn't have feeling because he got mugged and shot. He got mugged and shot in the friggin' L over here in Philly in like 30th Street Station, and got hit in his spinal cord, and now he's like, only was on life support, and now he's doing a lot better, but he's still in the hospital, like having trouble not able to walk stuff. Like he was a tough fighter. He had the same exact type of path as me in terms of like had setbacks and things, and he's making his way through. Like he's a good tough guy, and he has a good record, and he's like trying to make it to the UFC. We're all trying to make it to Bellator, UFC 1. We're trying to make it as a fighter, So like, there's guys that have worse things, and like obviously what I've experienced is horrible. I was able to make it through because like I didn't die in my car accident. The injuries weren't like I wasn't paralyzed. I had a fracture in my neck. I could have had a complete break or a disc skip, or like I could have had so many herniated disc. Could have had so many other things that would like cause long-term damage. Like I lucked out. Training I think helps. Training, being able to understand where you're at, and like when that truck is flipping, I'm exactly knowing how to break fall over and over again.
Fuck! I don't want to laugh, but fuck. Yeah.
I wasn't even wearing a seatbelt, man. Don't even get me started on it.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I wear a seatbelt all the time now.
Dude.
But what I'm saying is like I've experienced shitty things. I have friends that have experienced shitty things and then worse things. So like to me, like I'm happy, I'm grateful that I can make it through, and I'm gonna be a voice for guys around me that can be able to push it through as well and try to help them get to that point. But at the end of the day, my goal is still to achieve and accomplish my dreams and get to the UFC or get to a large promotion and become another world champion.
That's awesome.
Get a belt.
Yeah. What do you call it? I was gonna talk about your martial arts experience, but I wanted to focus that attention on, your friend, because you said you dedicated your last fight to your friend and your parents, correct?
Yeah.
If you want to talk about that, after your fight. You said it on the post-fight interview. If you want to share that, you can.
Yeah, I mean, my friend Eugene, as I already mentioned, he experienced a horrible situation, in the subway, and he's still, in ICU over at Penn Presbyterian.
This is Eugene Aubry.
Yeah,
that's
Eugene Aubry.
Yeah, it's just to support. If anything, he has an Instagram account and all that.
Yeah, he's got Instagram. It's at Suitcase Kid. He has also. So what I was saying before, I was going to say is that he, obviously he's dealing with a lot of problems and troubles right now because of the issue he had and because of the mugging and like the shooting and everything. So he has a GoFundMe that we help. We wanted to get set up to his family. They set up a GoFundMe to be able to help raise money and help him out with all the medical expenses, all the things that he's going through. Like anyone else, any one of us as a fighter would be in the situation that our career is in jeopardy and that we're trying to, find a way through. I know that he put his whole life and career into fighting, and that's all that he cared about. And so I think it's good for people to help. I've donated. I want everyone else to try and, if they can, take a look at it, see if you can, read about the cause, obviously. Take a look at his page, his Instagram page, at Suitcase Kid, and try and donate if you can, and try and help him, make it through, get the right treatment and get the right care that he needs to be able to get back and get healthy and fight again.
Right.
It's the life goal right there. Get him back and healthy again, fight and walk and do things that he used to be able to do. And then obviously like the main for me, like I've always talked about them. I haven't been shy to talk. I mean, obviously I'm not the most. I don't do a lot of interviews like that many, but I've been vocal about. I always fight for my parents, and I lost my mom and my father to breast cancer. My mother to breast cancer, my father to lung cancer. Mom in 2010, my father in 2013, or 2012, sorry. And sorry, what am I saying? 2013. I'm like thinking of something else.
It's all right, man. Take your time. Take your time. It's not easy to talk about stuff like that, I'm sure,
So 2013, my father to lung cancer, and so I have tattoos of them. I have my tattoo of my father and a tattoo of my mother right here, and that's like, to me, like they raised me to be tough and resilient. I lost them at a young age, but like to me, it was like they raised me a certain way. They raised me with a certain work ethic, and like I can get into the whole amount of work they put in their whole life to try and give a better life to me and my brother, and how they taught us and raised us, and things they showed us through example and through by them doing it. I learned work ethic, and that's what helped me become a good fighter, man. Ass whoopings is all part of it.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Yeah. You take everything that they guided you with, and you just share that shit with the other humans that you interact with throughout your whole life. You know what I mean? And that's like the best thing about, not to say, for me, I'm getting comfortable with death myself, where not that anybody died recently, but I'm getting comfortable with death because of meditation. It helped me lose fears of certain things. And I'm like, you know what? Let me go after death as well, because I don't want to look at death as a bad thing anymore. I don't want to. When my mom passes away, I don't want to look at her and just, I want to handle it the way I want to handle it the best I can. Not to say that I'm gonna do it right or whatever. If there's
God forbid. I mean, look, all I'm saying is like, I get it, but
yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, you want to do something in their memory, do something that proud.
Exactly. Right.
While they're still alive, and even after they pass, you want to do things like I'm becoming a fighter because I love to fight. I know they want me to do something I'm passionate about, but at the same time, if I'm going to do it, they would want me to be successful at it. So I mean, right. I have a good record. I'm 6-1-1 as a pro. I'm not going to endure the UFC. I just became a welterweight world champion for CFFC. I have, my health. I mean, I had injuries and stuff in the past, and I feel healthy and I'm great now. I'm alive. I'm not. Things could be worse, and I'm doing well as a fighter, and I'm showing that I can, come up to the and complete the task at hand every single time and be successful at it. I think they would love that, and they would respect that, and they would they would be happy to see that I'm doing well as a fighter and that I'm happy doing what I love. Right.
That's awesome, man. I know you're gonna keep kicking ass, dude. Like, especially that last fight, which you were on your back. The way you did it too is you started. If I'm not mistaken, you started with a Kimura, right? And then you transitioned into a fucking armbar smoothly, and then he got out of it, and he was trying to attack you, and I love what you did with your legs. You block him, and then he just got in your guard, right?
Yeah. Hit him with the up kick.
You hit him with the up kick. I didn't even know you hit him with the up kick. I guess I didn't see that.
A lot of people didn't catch that. Yo, if you watch the replay and catch it, because that's what causes nose to bleed.
Oh shit!
I didn't during the ground and pound. I didn't really hit him that much. It was more focused on because he felt like a bigger guy, and like so I felt like I wanted to get to a better spot before I started unloading punches and give me the opportunity to stand up or get out. I want to make the most out of the situation being on the ground to me. So like if I get him on the ground, I'm gonna try and cause damage and get a submission or show that I won this round because of this. So like I tried slight ground and pound, but mainly focusing on passing his guard, getting his high control, and getting a dominant position. And so what's crazy is I was actually focusing on doing ground and pound when I passed his guard and got side control. And I heard his corner. I was listening. I was just like just chilling. I heard his corner. I do this a lot in training too, but I heard his corner coaching him saying, "Watch out, he's going for the Kimura." And I was like, the Kimura was right there. I could actually go for this. I had it as more of control. I had it as more of control as bait. But like he wasn't really defending it that well. He wasn't really focusing. He was just kind of more focusing on like controlling my hips and getting out. And so like I heard them say it like slightly in the beginning as I was going to the position, and then I literally just grabbed it. And then as I was going for it, dude, honestly, I don't know why I should have just broke it. I didn't want to. It's like there's a point. Any grappler that knows when you get to a point when you get to the more deep and the person is not tapping, right? You have to bring it back up, and then at the point where it's an L. So like if you have it here and they're fighting it to the point where they curl it so hard that you get it here, you have to bring it out, reset. You have to pull it out, like fix your frame, and then you have to now like thrust forward.
Whoa.
And so it is a feeling. It's a feeling like none other when you break some shit like that. It's not. Like, it's like I don't know. It's like taking out an animal on a hunt, like a goose, breaking a goose's neck, something. I don't know. It's not. So I don't know. I just didn't. Part of me was like I was about to do it, but I was like, I don't know. I was a little hesitant. I should have been hesitant. Honestly, I should have broke it. It would have been a highlight reel thing. He's a nice guy. He's a good guy. I'm kind of at the same point happy I didn't break it because he can still go back and fight. And still have to wear it instead of getting surgery. He said I messed up his arm from the arm bar that I transitioned to, but like, yeah, it was a mental error not doing that because it could have ended up bad for that round where he ended up on top. I mean, I feel confident anywhere on my back on top either way, but like he ended up I ended up not going for the break on the Kimura. I ended up transitioning to the arm bar. He went for hitchhiker's escape on the arm bar. I had it good, I had it deep, but I didn't have both legs over his arms. I had them both over his neck. So he hitchhiked pretty hard, pretty good. He said it, I heard it, I tweaked it on that, but I didn't get a finish. So tweak doesn't matter. I got to get the finish on that. But he rolled out through, and then he ended up standing on the feet on top. I'm on my back, and I'm like, all right. At first, I'm like, all right, let me stand up. And then I'm like, he's right there. He's like waiting for me. He's going to start just swinging like crazy as soon as I try to stand up. I'm like, all right, what's a bad spot? I'm like, should I stand up here? I'm like, and he comes in close. I literally like see that like he's not paying attention to where my foot is for the up kick. And then he comes in like pretty close, like one more time, like right afterwards. And I literally just like, I just put my full power into the up kick. And I clipped him right in the face, hit him right in the nose.
Wow.
If you watch the replay,
I'm definitely watching it. Yeah.
Watch it. You'll see it. So like that at first, like I backed him up, and then when I hit that, I was like, all right, I'm good actually. I'll just hit him with up kicks and get him to draw in like to my guard. So I hit him with that up kick. He like backed up a little bit, fought it for a second, and then like tried to like jump a punch in, and basically jumped into my guard. And when he got my guard, it was just basically me being patient, understanding his position and what he was doing, and then figuring it out from there. I didn't even know I was gonna get a triangle. I didn't think about triangle until he showed me a couple things that I was like, all right, I can get triangle now.
Right. You see holes and
hard,
yeah, you see holes as a martial artist, and you take advantage of it, man. Like especially the one that you heard with the Kimura thing. That was a hole, kind of. Yeah. They give you. You're like, fuck it, take advantage. Fuck it. You're trying to win a fight. You're not trying to. You're not playing patty cake. Yeah.
Go for the finish, man. If I can get ground and pound, that's cool. He's a tough guy. Yeah. I can beat his face up for a little bit. He might not give up. But then I go for a submission, I break his shit, or I go for I get him in a choke. He goes out. That'd be cool too. Putting someone out or breaking something. So yeah, the Kimura, I missed out on that, but ended up working out. He got my guard, gave me what I wanted, and I was able to lock up a triangle.
It's not, and not to say that I'm glad you didn't do the Kimura, but it's like you displayed how what is the word like you went from 1, 2, 3. You kept not 1, 2, 3, 4, I should say, because the up kick is included with that. But the way you transitioned, you I would say personally from a blue belt perspective, you beautifully displayed jiu-jitsu in an MMA fight, and I loved it. I was just happy. I was like, holy shit, jiu-jitsu for the fucking win. Hell yeah. And you the guys, the announcers, the commentators, they kept saying black belt. And I personally don't like when, it's just my taste, but I personally don't like when people mention black belt. It's like, focus on the artist, dude. Just focus on what he's doing in there. But I
mean, bro, I like the black. I work my ass off.
No. Yeah, that's what I said. Not to take away from your earning it.
That's like a master's degree right there. It's 8 years.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to take away your doctorates or whatever. But it's like, I'm so focused on you as the fighter. It's like, I don't care if you're a black belt. I just want to see what you got. What are you doing here? Like, stand up, down, whatever. It's just my brain.
Look, there's black belts that they announcers will say they're black belts, and they have to do that as part of the job. It's part of building up the fight for people.
Yeah.
I get it.
I get it too. That's what I said.
I'm not gonna hate on them saying black belt Bassil Hafez. I'm like, I think he called me Babyface though. I got a nickname from CM Punk, Babyface Hafez.
They called you Babyface?
Like, I don't have a nickname. I'm like, I'm no nickname Hafez. I'm Bassil. Yeah. Get my name right before you get a nickname.
Shit. Yeah. I don't want to start anything, man. I want to start with CM Punk. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I liked it. It was good taste and good humor at the time.
Yeah.
Baby
again, no disrespect to you as a black belt or the commentators. They're all doing their jobs. It's just me as the whatever I am, casual or whatever, a fan. It's like, anyway, I was just saying because you displayed jiu-jitsu, and I was just like, oh shit, yes, man. Every time I see jiu-jitsu versus someone who's like trying to knock you out or whatever the difference is, it's like I love seeing jiu-jitsu at its work. Like, not that, because I love Muay Thai the same way. I love Muay Thai and jiu-jitsu together for me personally, and boxing and wrestling. I love all of it in martial arts.
Man, just striking in general. Striking
is awesome.
There's so many good things about boxing that people like underestimate or overestimate as well. Like, they don't pay attention to like the good things that you could take from boxing. So like if you have a striking coach or you do striking, it's like very limited in one style. It's like, yo, it's strict this way. Like if you're doing Muay Thai and they have you doing the Yansan Kum march, like, and you're very like Thai style, it's like, all right, what if that's not you? What if that's not how you want to fight? Like the goal is to have good fundamentals in terms of knowledge of how to strike. If you want to strike like this, okay, this is how you can do it confidently. This is how you can do it and be able to have it work for your other game as well. So like at the end of the day, like there's Muay Thai, but I like to say striking, because striking covers boxing, Muay Thai. There's so many other things, There's so many other
Taekwondo, whatever, kickboxing.
Yeah. All different kinds of karate. There's so many different like principles of stand-up fighting that it's like if you take actually a little bit of each one and you create your own style and you actually perfect the technique about it, like that could be an innovative style and a style that works like in and of itself.
Right.
Like my striking coach, Andy Russell, like has a style that I feel like, he's older. So it's like, I'm not sparring. Like we're going light, but we're not like, he's not like a young striking coach where we're sparring hard and like, he's able to like have me clinch him and do this and that, But his knowledge that he brings to the game is unmatched. I'm so like people that if you sit there and you just talk to him and you just like, try and pick his brain. Like there's no one that can pick his brain and disagree with the answer that they get,
right.
because his outlook on I feel like obviously as a fighter, it's our goal to try and emulate that style and understand it and be able to like put it on paper when we go in the cage. And I'm a ground guy always, and I've been working on my striking, and I feel confident in my hands and my ability. And like that fight, it went right to the ground because I had in my head, this is the championship fight. I don't care how I finish this guy. Like, if he wants to stand and trade, I'm going to stand and trade. I feel like I have more power than him and I can handle more shots than him. I'm tough. I can handle a shot. I've never been clipped in my fucking career. And that's for a reason. So, like, I'm not saying that I'm God and I'm immortal. Not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, for maybe, like, but I'm saying.
How dare you? I'm offended.
I'm going to go in there. Yeah, we're the same weight class, bro. I can handle shots from heavyweights. Like, we're going to go toe-to-toe, But my ground game is where I feel like, bro, I'm a shark. I'm gonna pull you in the water, So to me, it's like if I'm gonna go for the finish. maybe I'll beat you up on the ground. Maybe I can get you tired on the ground next round. Then, you know, if that would have went to the next round, I didn't think I was getting that submission. I thought, like, all right, cool. I showed this guy, like, what I can do on the ground. He ended up getting out. I'm going to do the same thing next round, or I'm going to go try and knock him out on the feet next round because he's going to be focusing on the takedown. Or I can mix it up and do both. You know, like, at the end of the day, like, I'm confident wherever the fight goes. And it's like, you know, he gave me something that off my game plan that I would see that he does, and he did it right away. You know, I blocked his head kick very well. You know, I blocked it with, if you watched it, I blocked his head kick very well. He threw a leg kick, and he threw it the way that I thought he would, and I was able to capitalize with a takedown. And then at that point, it was just, you know, get him against the cage and then use technique. Took him down with a proper knee sweep. Thanks to my boy Eddie Hall at Hall of Fame PT Wrestling and strength conditioning. He's like, me and him were going over it before that week of the fight, or like 2 weeks before, and then a week and a half before, or a week before the fight, we were going over this takedown, and then I ended up hit him with that takedown, and then once I got on top, it was just, you know, jiu-jitsu, passing guard, working on passing guard, getting control position. Once I get position, go for submission.
Right. Yeah. So fucking Dana, you're listening, Dana. Let's go, Dana. Give him a location. Give him a call. Call him.
Yo, man, look, there's a lot of tough fighters out there, but I feel like I can.
Nah, man, hell yeah. I see tough fighters all the time.
I feel like, you know, if I have to defend my belt again, I'm ready to defend the belt. You know, if I'm ready to go to the UFC and make me the chance, then I'm ready to, you know, submit or knock out any of these guys that they have in the division right now. You know, there's a lot of tough guys and there's good guys, but, like, you know, I'm confident in myself. I have to be confident in myself. Anyone that would you know, be skeptical of that is like, they don't understand what it takes. You have to be at that mentality. Like, I was listening to Mike Tyson podcast a lot going into this fight. Like, so I like that he emulated the idea of, like, you have to truly believe in yourself, and he, like, described it really well and, like, talked about it, and, like, I feel like it hit home with me because it's like, you have to be on this mindset where, like, you don't get, like, nothing. There's no no. There's no answer no. Everything is yes. I'm gonna do this. Yes, I'm gonna be able to go in the fight. I'm gonna control this way. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna become world champion. I'm gonna dominate. I'm gonna work hard in training. I'm gonna condition myself. Like, everything is, you just have to do it. There's no, like, oh no, I'm not gonna do that, or no, oh no, I'm not gonna do this. You know, like, it's a mindset, so that when I go into that fight, I know I did every single thing I needed to prepare to win that fight. You know, like, that's the goal, to win that fight. Get the finish is an awesome thing, but to try and get the win is the overall goal.
Right, and you have a great mind, dude. I'm just saying, I respect you. I appreciate you for sure. As an MMA fighter, as a human being, everything that we talked about, it's like, I got nothing but love for you, dude. And I really, really, genuinely hope you keep going, man. Up to the UFC. I hope to see you on UFC, because I love watching it, and to watch you on there would be fucking amazing. Just watching you on CFFC, just watching you in general, like, seeing you fight, like, that last fight, I was so happy, like, just the way you did it, handle it. I was like, damn, that's awesome, man. Like, I train with that guy, kind of, not really, but, you know, it's pretty fucking cool that, you know, seeing if
we train the same gym, dog. Balance,
team balance all the way, man. I want to wrap this up because you know, time is almost up or whatever, but real fast, I wanted to ask you a couple little bonus questions that I do. You can answer them however you want to answer them. You can pass it if you don't want to answer. It's not a big deal. It's just a test of your mindset, your brain. Sorry. So, first question is: do you think we're in a simulation?
No.
Okay. If you had a simulation, as in headset on or plug in, and this is the simulation.
So the idea that
we're in a video game, so to speak, a really good one. Okay. No. What would you do if you had a magic wand? What would you change? What would you try to make a great impact on? Anything in the world, doesn't matter.
Oh man, that's good. Change the weather in Philly for first. I'd make it hot at a beach.
Okay, at a beach in Philly. We kind of got a ghetto ass beach in.
The weather and at a beach. You said it's a magic wand. I can just wave it.
Yeah. Fuck it, beach.
Maldives and Florida weather. Let's go.
Where we're at in Philly. Where at exactly? Where you want this beach at?
Okay. I mean, we're on the coastline.
Yeah, let's replace our shitty ass water.
Structure of the city.
Yeah, right.
I don't know, man. I'd probably just make the weather better all year round, and try and make the planet better, and make everything. But I don't know what would you do with a magic wand?
Right.
It's a very like elaborative I gotta like get deep in my
You gotta
mind.
sit with it.
I would save the world, man.
Yeah.
Planet Earth, 100%.
Yeah.
Do everything I can to end global warming.
Yeah, right. Next question is, what do you think our purpose is as a human race?
Oh man, to help thrive with one another. Okay, to help thrive with one another throughout life, and to be able to advance ourselves in all aspects of what we consider life here, so that the next generation can be better off than we were.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good answer.
That's a very general. There's no way to generalize it.
No, I like that. I personally love it. I love that answer. Okay, so it's a philosophical question. It's a really popular one. It's called the trolley question, I think. But so there's a train coming down the tracks. You have one man, a person, whatever, standing in front of you, and you have 5 people, 5 other men, working on the tracks. You either push the man and stop the train with that one man, or you don't push him, and then that train's gonna kill those 5 dudes that all have headphones or they're on their phones being distracted. What do you do?
Wait. How the train's going fast enough? I think it's gonna take him, me, and the rest of them.
No, all right. Let's hypothetically speaking. Yeah. I gotta fix that question. That the dude he's like let's say he's Superman. I don't know. No, that's not. Then he won't die. I can't. You're answering the question regardless. You're still, even if you find a loophole. So there you go. That's your brain still.
All right. So if I had to stay within the guidelines of what you said.
Yeah. If you stay within the guidelines. Yeah. If that's the logic, just stay with it.
I would save that guy and then just try and alert the other guys the best I can. And if they don't hear me, then it's like, I tried.
Yeah, you tried.
Natural selection, dog. It's like I can't control it.
True. You shouldn't have been in your fucking headphones or your phones, whatever happened that you couldn't hear the fucking train.
You should be standing on a train like this, on train tracks.
That's probably most people are doing these days, man. Like,
while they're working, while they're flying a plane, while they're driving.
Oh, fuck. Flying
walking across the street, just like.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I almost hit somebody recently with that shit. Someone across the street while I was turning. I was like, "You're not paying attention," and I had to stop. And incoming traffic was about to hit me, so I had to figure out how to do that. Anyway, last question. What's up?
Right, people are reckless.
For sure, man. And they'll learn after when something happens, like tragically. The last question. Favorite or least favorite quote? Anything that comes to mind?
I don't have a favorite quote.
You don't have any least favorite? Like,
it's not very philosophical of me, but
no, no judgment. Any least favorite? Like something that you're like, ugh, like really? Like people usually say shit that or aphorism. They usually say shit, and you're like, really?
Looking at a Schwarzenegger poster, conquer.
What is it?
Conquer.
Conquer.
Conquer. Like to conquer the world.
Is that favorite or least favorite?
No, I don't know. I'm just reading that. No, I mean, fight. I don't really have a favorite quote. My favorite word is fight.
Fight.
Have it on my license plate. I have fight BC, which is fight breast cancer on my license plate. But like fight,
yeah, that's actually good.
Everyone goes through fights and goes through different things they have to fight through, and nothing is handed to you. I mean, some people get things handed to them, but so they still have in their own way, their own fights. So.
Simple, straight to the point.
Fight and win, no matter what you do. Fight and win.
Right. That's awesome.
Don't give up and fold.
Aye.
That's a made-up quote for myself.
Hey, man.
Next time, I'm gonna have a quote for you. I'm gonna start reading more books and start getting more philosophical and have a good quote. Gotcha.
Yeah, man. All right, cool. Next time you get on UFC or next time you have a fight and you defend and you do your thing, definitely come back on and we'll talk about other stuff, random things.
When I see you at training, I got you. I'm gonna say some real smart,
philosophical, man. You'll choke me out, man.
I'm gonna give you a top-notch quote. You're gonna be like, "Damn, that just changed my whole outlook on that."
You do that, dude. All right, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it again.
I appreciate you, man. If you want to share,
shirt again. I want to say
thanks. That. Oh, thanks, man. Made it myself. I'll get you one if I have your size.
Yeah.
What size? What's up?
Give for my girl too.
All right, cool. I only have XX large, so she'll be walking around.
Only XX large?
I'm joking. I'm joking.
After the fight, I'm like XXL anyway.
Yeah, it's cool. I got you. I'll talk to you about that. All right, man. Anything you want to share? Social media, words, whatever you want to share last, so you can have your time here.
I want to thank my girlfriend for being awesome and helping me out with fight camp and everything and being good to me. I want to thank my Team Balance, Ricardo McLaurice, Phil McLaurice, Balance Studios. I want to thank Eddie Hall at Hall of Fame PT, getting my wrestling down 100% and getting my strength conditioning always ready. So he does a lot for me. And thank Algie MMA, thank 302 BJJ, all my guys at Balance, all my guys. Thanks, guys. Vault BJJ, training, been going over there for a little bit too now. Matt Kelly. Thank you to everyone, all my sponsors. A barbershop, Blade and Badger Barbershop. I'm going to fresh cut tomorrow.
And that's their shirt.
Adam Molson Fitness. I got so many. Dependable Solutions. RP, Renaissance Periodization. Will Starks. Does my diet, gets me cutting weight, gets me everything. Feeling good, 100%. And I'm ready to fight. Damn, that's a lot. I didn't write it down.
It's all good, man.
Thank you, man, for having me on this podcast. Awesome.
No problem, man. It was awesome having you, dude. All right, man. You take it easy. I'll see you whenever I see you.
Yeah, I'll see you at Balance.
All right, man. I'll see you, man.
Have somebody rear naked. I'm going to look up. Hold eye contact.
All right. I'll wrap this John up. Till next time, guys. Enjoy. Take it easy. Peace. I hope you enjoyed that episode, guys. If you want to follow any other of my stuff that I do, I have Instagram account, YouTube account, Facebook, everything, Twitter, not everything, but I have what I have. Just follow everything over there for Williams Knows Nothing. I just post pretty much, I'm mainly on Instagram, and I try my best to post and share information that is everything that I love about the mind, the body, life in general, philosophy, neuroscience, mental health, physical health, doesn't matter, or martial arts, of course. I just try to share everything in regards to those things. These are my passions, and I just try to share it on there so that I can encourage everybody else to pursue their own interests and follow their heart and their minds, or whatever metaphor that you like to use, so that you can get shit done in this life. I just want to say that everything we talked about in this episode, again, please take it all with a grain of salt. Every time I say this, I stopped saying William, I know nothing. I'm William, I know nothing at the end, because I thought it was kind of cliche, whatever. So I said, fuck it. You get it. People get it. I know nothing, basically. You get my point. If you're still listening, you understand me. Overall, please take care of yourselves, and don't let these unprecedented, uncertain, scary, whatever, all the fucking words that they have for it, times, freak you out about COVID and whatever. Let's figure shit out, guys. Let's fucking figure shit out so we can just adapt and conquer. Adapt and conquer. Fail, adapt, and conquer, and just keep going. Keep that shit moving. All right? Thanks for listening. Love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.